Welcome to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. Join us each week as we go inside Forest Park basketball with head coach Drew Messmer. Now for the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to this week's Drew Messmer Show. And Coach, last week you played Mount Vernon on Friday night, which you were a 70-46 winner, and you played Prairie Central on Saturday, which you were a 44-38 winner. Why don't you recap both those games for us?
Yeah, so, played our third home game of the year against Mount Vernon Friday night, and got off to a pretty good start against those guys. Nico Burnett, their junior guard, Trevor Berg was guarding him, and he was doing a heck of a job. But Nico probably had 15 or 18 points there in the first half. Just unbelievable shots. I mean, he had one that was a step back from about 22 feet, nothing but net from the left wing. And our guys just understood, that he was just playing really, really well, and there's nothing that we could do with the shots that he was hitting, which, we've given up, at that time. He finishes with 23 points. So in terms of our competitive games, if you will, that would have been the seventh out of eight games where we've given up 23 points or more to an opposing player. So at the same time, while that is a pretty staggering number for 7 out of 8 games, I still think that Trevor, who is going to guard the other player's best guard, night in, night out, he is getting better and better. That was just a display of shot making that, even though we've seen some big outbursts that we've not seen for 6 minutes yet this year, that includes the Elsterman kid that had 38 on us. I mean, that was just the shots he was putting in were impressive. But nonetheless, we battled. We went into the half with a 37-26 lead. We started moving the basketball better after about the first 6 minutes of the first quarter. We're out to a 70-46 win, which was massive for our guys because Mount Vernon by no means is a slouch. They're a 3A conference opponent. I just thought that we actually put together as close to a 32-minute game as what we have on both the offensive and defensive side of the basketball as what we have all year. So I'd say we probably played about 28 minutes pretty well. In that game, we were able to get a couple of kids their first baskets. I know Grant Fleck, our freshman guard, came in and got one late, which was nice to see him put 2 points on the board. And I feel comfortable enough to say this because I've done a little bit of research. I believe with Reed Howard scoring 31 points, I believe that's the first time in Forest Park history that they've had 2 guys score 30 points or more in a season. So he really played well for us. He's 4 of 9 from 3, really starting to shoot basketball better. Still had 4 assists. Jace Berg had 5 in that game. So just, we had 16 total assists as a which is a really, really number to see from our guys. Was proud of them for holding them under our defensive goal, 47, as well as, sharing the basketball. And it was great to see Reed, really have a big breakthrough game, shooting, hitting shots, which is something that he struggled to do this year, but that is what he is. I mean, he can step up and hit shots. So, that game was pretty free-flowing. We played well. Go into Saturday, going on the road to Perry Central, and the environment was certainly hostile. I'm going to say we had as many fans or more than what they did, but it was just, you go in that place, and I think John Harrell says it holds 1,418 people, and it felt like there was a lot more in there than that. I mean, it was just, jam-packed. We were able to jump out to a 7-0 lead and a 10-3 lead, hit some shots early on. Carter Henson started off with an exploder. Chase Berg hit the 3 on the left wing. Guys just came out with a lot of energy, and we had a good focus, even though we knew that we were fired up to play and they were fired up to play. I felt like we came out with composure that was necessary, controlling the emotion and not just playing, I guess, emotionally and chaotically by being so fired up. So I was proud of those guys for that. Just a really back and forth slugfest. I mean, it really was. I mean, it was a very, very, very physical game. I don't know that. I mean, there's no question we've yet to have a game even 80% as physical as what that one was, and I don't think we will the rest of the year. So for our guys to be able to go in there on the road where, we beat Crawford County and Tell City, but, in a good atmosphere, we've yet to have to show up and make plays down the stretch, to actually win a basketball game. So for those guys to put that together in that environment, I thought showed some tremendous growth for our guys, which, a lot of guys after the Mount Vernon game coming up to me and they're saying, you could see this was coming. You could see, you guys were so close and all that. And, you do it one time on Friday and do it on the road against a sectional opponent and a rival. That's a whole nother story. So for us to kind of, get 2 wins on the weekend, I think is massive for our confidence, and especially going into the weekend that we're getting ready to go into. So just really proud of our guys, and they laid it on the line and came out with a win.
And you won the game, but the most important thing is between you guys and Perry Central, you and Coach Little, you guys raised a lot of money for coaches with cancer.
Absolutely, and it was a great crowd there. They had their cheerleading program at halftime, which brought more fans in. So definitely a great cause to help give back to 3 families in the Leopold community. So definitely special for that to be able to, for us to be a part of something like that.
And we'll be back on the Drew Messmer Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Messmer Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. we believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Drew Messmer Show, and we're joined by the president of Forest Park Boys Basketball Club, Lance Beekler. Lance, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. You also coordinate the AAU for the 3rd through 8th grade, and I know through my days of when my kids were of age, youth hoops. I was coordinator just for 1 grade in Jasper, and that was quite a chore. So I can't even imagine doing 3rd through 8th grade.
Yeah, I mean it is a lot of work, and hopefully once we get going here, I mean this first year for myself and I think for Drew has probably been the hardest year, getting forms and getting everything organized. But as we kind of get along with the process and know more about what we need to do and how we're doing, I think in the years moving forward it will be a lot easier. And I also have a lot of help. So there is actually one representative from each grade that assists me, and then I kind of oversee that whole process. So that is helpful, and each grade is very well responsive, good community support. So far so good, and hopefully we can just keep up the good work throughout the rest of the season.
So, when does the AAU season start?
So officially the AAU season will start right after, I guess you'd say for 5th grade through 8th grade, it will start right after the regular season ends. So for 5th and 6th, as soon as the Cedar Crest season's over, they'll hop into AAU. 7th and 8th, as soon as their junior high seasons are over, they will start. For 3rd and 4th, it starts a little bit earlier. They started practicing sometime in late November time frame, and I know our 3rd grade this past weekend went up to Paoli. We took 2 teams up there, and I think our 4th grade has a tournament next weekend. So they start a little bit early December, late November for 3rd and 4th grade, and then start playing tournaments first part of the year, and then 5th grade through 8th grade starts right after the regular season.
Now, how many years has Forest Park had AAU?
So we've had an AAU program for a while now. I think it actually became an AAU club. If I could probably guess, it probably was back in 2008, 2009 time frame. It was actually the same year when I myself was an 8th grader as well as Drew Messmer. We were both 8th graders. That's when it actually became a club. But AAU's been going on for a while, but the club's been around probably pushing 14, 15 years now.
So a lot of these kids that are on varsity and JV have went through the AAU program.
I would say, and don't quote me on this, but I'd say 100% of the kids that are in our program probably in the last 8 years have gone through the Forest Park AAU club.
Well, Lance, when you're not being president of the boys basketball club, what do you do?
Yeah, so currently I'm a contracting officer at Crane Naval Base, so that's my full-time position. So work up here, come up here almost every day. I work from home, and then on top of it, I have stuff outside of work, hunting and fishing, but then this AAU club also takes a lot of time. So multiple different hobbies, work at Crane as a contracting officer, and then run the AAU club, which takes up the majority of my time.
Well, Lance, we wish this year to all the teams in the AAU program.
Yep, thank you.
And you're listening to the Drew Messmer Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Bailey Grocery Communications. We're back right after these messages from our sponsors.
At MAD, we believe in 0. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come, and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Drew Messmer Show. Coach, this week you got another doubleheader. You play South Spencer at home on Friday, and you travel down to Poseyville to take on North Posey on Saturday. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah, so this obviously it's a double weekend with two conference opponents, sectional opponents. So massive weekend for our guys to really see where they're at. We're 3-0 against sectional teams. We tell our guys, you're the defending you're the defending sectional champions, and if you go through this slate and you're 5-0 against opponents, there's no reason to not, have tremendous confidence going into that thing. If you're able to take care of business. But Friday is going to be a massive test. I'm not sure. I know they were ranked third in 2A last year. I'm not sure if they bumped up with Brownstown losing or not. But South Spencer, they're off to an 11-run start. They're, in my opinion, the best team in that sectional. With an exception of ourselves, we like to have the confidence that we're right there. But those guys can really play. They start 4 seniors and a sophomore, and they've been there, they've done that, they've got experience. They're led by their point guard, Cale Donahoe. He just committed, I believe, to Hanover yesterday, I want to say. So he can really play. We have him actually shooting almost 57% on our stats from 3. Just outstanding. I mean, he can really shoot the basketball. He's just, you got to know where he's at. If he's open, it's going to go in. They've got other shot makers on their team. Sophomore Ty Brown can really score the ball. Landon Wells, the senior guard, he can stretch the floor and hit a shot. And then they've got probably the best athlete with size, I would say, in the conference. In the Duvall kid, he's just really long and athletic, about 6'4", and can cause some issues with his length and vertical jumping ability. So it's going to be a tremendous test for us. Fortunately, that's a home game. It's homecoming, so we know we'll have a nice crowd. People will be fired up. But they've just got a lot of guys that can hurt you in a lot of different ways. They have the size and length to really mix it up on defense if they want to. They played a lot of man-to-man this year so far, but we're just, we'll be prepared for whatever they throw at us. But there's no question that there's certain guys on the floor that we just absolutely cannot lose within their motion stuff that they're running or set plays. We got to be able to fight through screens. Not so much ball screens like I've talked about in the past with executing that stuff, but definitely just pin downs and things like that. We got to be ready to fight through those screens and bump up as we need to defensively. So they're going to challenge us for sure because they can put so many points on the board. But we're looking forward to seeing kind of, where we stand and just to see how our guys are ready to compete coming off of a double weekend where they had some success. How do they handle success Do they prepare this week like they've done something and accomplished something, or are they hungry to keep getting better and things like that? So Friday definitely going to be a tough game, and then turn around less than 24 hours later, make the long trip down to Cozyville, where it's never easy to play. Doesn't matter what the situation is. They're 7-5. Got a few nice wins. When you compare kind of some of our like opponents that we've each played, I think that we stack up pretty evenly with those guys. They're led by the guard Jackson Graff, who's really, he can score the basketball. He scored 38 in a game this year. He scored 30 in a game this year. So he's again going to present the challenge. This just seems like one of those years where every team's got a 20-plus point per game guy, and everyone's just solid. There's nobody really on our schedule the rest of the way that you look at and go, well, that's for sure a win. There's nothing like that on our schedule, which is fine. That just means you got to prepare day in, day out, and when the ball's tipped up, you better be ready to go, or you might find yourself in a situation like where Mount Vernon was with. Not saying they weren't ready to go, but to lose by a 24-point margin, just even if you're even with the team, that's just nobody's bad enough to where you can show up and not execute your stuff and win a basketball game. That's just not the way it works. So definitely just going to be a huge challenge for us, an opportunity, I guess I would say, to kind of even look at this as like a Friday, Saturday sectional, championship weekend like setup here with these two teams that, hey, you got to go get two. So it's just going to be, it's going to be great to see where our guys are at. And it's always more fun. Everybody talks about every game's the same, and I get you got to get your guys ready to go, but it's always more fun preparing for sectional teams because that those scouting reports are they're going to be massive come March. So you want to have them as detailed as what you can. Watch the game and make adjustments based on what you see, and then just continue to watch film on those guys, from this point till the first weekend in March to have that thing ready to go to hopefully win a game. So we're looking forward to it. There's no question.
Well, Coach, two tough opponents this weekend, but hopefully two victories.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Appreciate it, Joe.
And you've listened to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Oscar Communications. We'll see you next week.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild! He just won the game! Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.